Welcome back to the channel, it's Andy. We're back with FM23 and IFK Goteborg, and not one but two Champions League games for you today as we start the 2029-2030 campaign. Last year the Champions League didn't go very well. We played 8 games and we lost 7. This time around hopefully it'll go a bit better. Whether or not we make the top of 24 we'll find out, but today we've got Benfica away from home, very difficult game. Then we host Slovan Bratislava, and if we don't win that game then we've got no hope. So a Champions League double header today if you're looking forward to that. Drop a like on the video, leave comments, subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on, check out the second channel down below, and let's start. I guess we start by looking at what happened last episode. We lost 4-1 at home to Malmö, our first home defeat in over 3 years. The last team to do that was Malmö. Yeah, we were not great here. Malmö have made some good business in the transfer windows and look on course to maybe win another league title. They're 3 points clear. We find ourselves level on points with Djurgården and 3 points behind our biggest rival. So it's going to be a big challenge for us to win the title for a 4th consecutive year. We've got 3 in a row, but this one is going to prove to be a bit tougher. And we only have 6 games to go for us to do that. So it's going to be a very difficult run-in, and hopefully we can get back ahead of them before the season ends, win our title once again. But today we're switching focus to the Champions League, and we've had our fixtures announced and we've got some tough games, but there's some games which I'm hoping we can get some results in. I'm looking at that Slovan Bratislava game as one of them. We're also away from home against Alkmaar and Rennes. Those games are games which, you know, we need to do well, and hopefully we can get something. But we do also face Benfica, Ajax, Inter Milan, Juventus and Real Madrid. Some difficult games there. But we did avoid all of the English teams. All 6 of them. Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, Man United and Tottenham all in the Champions League groups. That's because Manchester United won the Champions League and Spurs won the Europa League. So they have 6 sides in the Champions League. And to top it off, Newcastle won the Conference League this past summer. So England having an absolute clean sweep in Europe. So first up's Benfica, away from home. It's going to be a difficult one. Benfica, a very good side. I'm going to go balanced and just see how the game goes. But we might sit back, we might push forward. Depends how the game goes. I'm not expecting much from this. It's a free hit. I'm not exerting any pressure on them. Let's just see how we do. Housen starts at right back because Sourdough is tired. Zagala and Barbas, the centre backs. Augustinson, the left back. Dahlberg in goal, of course. Nissen in defensive midfield, and then Boyle playing. Ondrejka and Andre on the left hand, right hand side. Mattia and Mercado, the strike partnership, as expected. And Benfica managed by Roger Schmidt with Andre Gomez in goal. Gedson Fernandez, a Sheldrup up front. Let's go for the no pressure shout and let's just see what happens here. I'm not expecting a close game. I'm expecting Benfica to get all 3 points. They're playing a 4-4-2. Let's see how it goes. You've got the Champions League music, of course. Back in Europe, hopefully things go better than they did last year when we lost 7 out of 8 games. Now, if things go horribly wrong in the Champions League, then there is the option of us changing the system. I did think about a tactic change, because we were so poor in the Champions League last year, but we're going to stick with it for this one and see if anything changes. If not, then it might be time for a change in system, but you know, we'll just see how things go. I mean, starting the game here, we're inside 5 minutes and Benfica have already had a chance, but the ball's back with Pontus Dahlberg now. Here's Augustinson to Boyle, and again goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. We've been keeping the possession here, which is fine. We need some forward progress though. Here's Mercado and here's Eric Andre. Bit of a heavy touch, but Hausner's there to support. Here's Eric Andre again. Are we going to get a goal here? Hausner. Oh, Mercado. Boyle! Is he onside? Is he onside? I don't know. I can check, can't I? No, I don't think it's going to count because I think the assist shows up here. I think that's the trick. I think it's offside. Yeah, it hasn't been given, but you know, nice to see that we can put the ball in the net. We got the shot away, and then, yeah, Mercado with the touch. Boyle was offside, but, you know, I like what I saw there. Mattia, this is nice passing. Direct could be an option, you know. Boyle. Ondrejka! There we go. There's nothing wrong with that goal. It's 1-0. We're beating the Portuguese in their own backyard after just 8 minutes. Let's stay on them now. Just very simple one-touch passing. You know, maybe we need to sort of do something with that. Take off the short passing. Maybe not go direct, but yeah, maybe there's something we can do with that. If we go into our instructions, I mean, let's put dribble less on. Let's do that. I'm not going to play for set pieces. I like what I saw there. I'm not going to give them too much focus down either side. Let's just simplify that a little bit. Do you know, yeah, I like what I saw there. Let's stick with that. We've got a calm down shout going. Let's see where that goes. just that, you know, those quick passes seem to really do the trick. So hopefully we can do that again. And we're actually edging the game in possession as well. 32 minutes on the clock. Benfica with a couple of shots on target, but not creating the chances. It's been a quiet game. But here's Arcanio. He's gone for goal. Goteborg is equal to it, though. It's been a quiet game. This is the first highlight since our goal. So, you know, that's a good. Hopefully we can keep them quiet. Here's Diogo Leite for Benfica. And here's Gedson Fernandes to Sheldrup, who's come deep to collect. One of the two strikers. Here's Rikers. He's got some space. And he finds Bradley Fink. And they get the goal back. It's going to go VAR. It is going to count. That's the trick. It did kind of spoil the surprise. But, you know, it's the first Champions League game. That goal is going to be given. It's 1-1. But, you know what? I'm not displeased with how we've been playing so far. Sheldrup with the ball out wide to Rikers. Augustinson was known of his sin. And it was Fink with the finish. Getting the equaliser for Benfica. Ondrejka. That's a clever ball for Hausner to run onto. That was very nice. Here's Eric Andre. Oh, and he's lost out to Gedson there. Sheldrup to Arasnes. And the number 26 chasing the ball. 28, sorry, I think it was. Sheldrup scored. And Benfica were in front. And they got 2 goals in as many minutes. That's the thing. They just have that individual brilliance, Benfica. They're a much, much better side than we are. And that's all it takes. Just those individual moments. We lost the ball in midfield and that's all they needed. They took the chance. Barbas got to the ball there, but wasn't a touch really. You know, it's not the end of the world. You know, we've had 1 shot on target, which was our goal. Other than that, we haven't really offered anything. But you know what? We'll keep things going. I'm going to go direct. A little bit, you know, standard. Not go for that short passing. Throw in. Sheldrup's got a chance to do something here, but Barbas is going to keep him under pressure. Arcanio to Gedson. That's another ball for Rikers. Arasnes to Fink. This could get uncomfortable if they keep scoring goals. Let's try and get to half time if we can. Valencia is going to try and put the ball in here. Fink's got it. And Nissen clears. Thank you. And there might be a chance to break here. Here's Mauricio Mercado to Boyle. That's a good ball. Can he find something here? Goes for Eric Andre. Great first time touch for Mathieu. 2-2. What a goal that was. Great counter-attack and some brilliant passing in there as well. This game is a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Just really well executed counter-attack. Boyle with the ball out wide to Eric Andre. Look at that first time touch for Mathieu. That was exquisite by Eric Andre. And we go into half-time at 2 goals apiece. I'm going to go counter-attacking because we haven't had a lot of shots, but the ones we've had, we've made them count. So we are going to go a bit more cautious. We're going to counter-press. We're going to keep that defence high. We're not going to touch this at all. So hopefully we can get through another 45 minutes. Keep them at bay. I mean, not if we're going to do that. Oh, it's rattled off the bar. That was close. I would say going forward we've been good. Defensively, we've been, you know, pretty average. Mercado's not had a great game and we'll probably look to get him off soon. This is a chance to maybe go for a bit of a different system and maybe put another person in midfield because we're against a 4-4-2. We'd actually have the extra man in midfield if we were to drop someone in there. So there's definitely an option in there. We've got rid of that. Right, let's make a couple of changes. Mercado is going to be the man to come off, and we are going to get another player in midfield. Nissen's going to come off for Yusuf, and Mercado is going to make way for Elias Hagen. And we're going to play Hagen as a Mitzala. So he's going to drift kind of wide, but he's actually going to play on the left, and Boyle's going to play on the right. Still 2-2. We've got 20 minutes to go, and this is looking like a good performance, you know. Hopefully we can garner a point out of it, because I feel like we deserve one. Darbo's made some good stops in goal, and he's been good, and we've won the ball here. Yusuf to Ondrejka. Oh, and that's not good. You're giving it away cheaply there to Keanu Silva, and thankfully Sheldrup's missed. So the XG in the match stats suggests that Benfica probably should have won this game, but we're in the last 10 minutes and we could be getting a pretty valuable point here. Boyle's won the possession there. Here's Mathieu. We could still get all 3, you know. Over the top for Paul Boyle. Is this the 3rd goal? Oh, it's a big challenge, but there's no foul given. And Eric Andre's shot was deflected into the hands of Andre Gomez. Joao Rego to Fink. Here's Sheldrup to Gedson Fernandes. Oh, Rego's been found in space on the left-hand side, looking for Fink. Oh, and it's just scrambled away by Bungsbo. It's not even gone over the line. It's still in play. And Mathieu now. He's all by himself with 3 players to beat here. That's not going to happen. Now here come Benfica once again. Joao Rego to Fink. He's going to look for Schelderup or Diatta. I think it's Schelderup. It's a big chance. It's in. Is it going to count is the question. No, it's not. It's going to be disallowed. Offside. Thing with that trick is it tells you if the goals have been given or not. But I kind of would like the suspense, if that makes sense. So I kind of wish I didn't know that trick. But I do know it. Goal's been disallowed. We've got 5 minutes to hold on to a valuable point here. We could go defensive, but I think we're going to leave it as it is. Eric Andre is going to come off for Melvin Berg. And Boyle's putting a really, really good shift, but he's going to make way for Leslie Peters, who's on loan with us, although he is going to be joining Dortmund. And we are in injury time, and this is a big point. If we can get through this last couple of minutes, this is a valuable point. And we've got it. That's a huge result, you know. We would have been destroyed last season if we'd have come up against Benfica. We've just avoided defeat. Mathieu getting the equalising goal for us. Ondrejka gave us the 1-0 lead early in the game. Dahlberg with a great performance in goal, making a number of saves. Boyle with assist as well. Eric Andre getting an assist for the second goal. You know, that is going to go a long way to us trying to get into this top 24. And we're just taking a point away from Benfica there is massive. You know, Benfica probably makers of their own downfall there. They had a number of chances which they didn't take. I think Schelderup could have had a couple more goals. But, you know, I'm not going to complain. I'm very happy with that. So before our second Champions League game, which after that you would expect us to win against Slovan Bratislava. We do have 2 league games. We're away from home against Sirius and Örebro. I'm going to play those off camera. We'll come back and see how we did, and we'll take on Slovan Bratislava. Home game, which we really should be winning. It's a must-win game if we want to try and give ourselves the best chance to get in this top 24.
Okay, we are back. Now, unfortunately, I think I deleted the audio from the first part of the video, so you're going to have to make do with the webcam audio, unfortunately. That's the problem with recording multiple videos, is you lose track of what's what. So yeah, I think you'll just have to have webcam audio for the first half, but from now on, it should be much better. So we avoided defeat against Benfica. Fantastic start to our campaign in the Champions League, not losing. Now we've got Slovan Bratislava at home. Really should be winning this game. If we don't, then we really don't deserve to be in the Champions League. The good news is we did defeat Sirius by 2-0, and the first goal came after 50 minutes, and it was at Melvin Berg who got the goal. It was set up unselfishly by Mathieu. We made it 2-0 in the 93rd minute. Diagne's effort hit the post, but thankfully he managed to get another crack at it, and this time he did convert to make it 2-0. 93rd minute, and it was a win away against Sirius. Unfortunately, though, we didn't manage to defeat Örebro. We had to settle for just a point here. We took a lead after 36 minutes. Mercado with the ball to Berg, lays it off for Paul Boyle to get his 3rd goal of the season. But the hosts did equalise on 69 minutes. Friedrich set up Anderson, and we had to settle for just a point, a 1-1 draw, and that's not going to help our chances of retaining our title. As a matter of fact, Malmö, with 4 games to go, have a 5-point lead. So we have really harmed our chances of winning. And we're actually level on points with Djurgårdens and trailing them on goal difference. So we might not even finish second. We might be playing Europa League football next summer. That might not be a bad thing. Maybe we can actually go deep in the Europa League. Maybe we can actually win one of those trophies if we're struggling in the Champions League. So maybe not winning the title might be a blessing in disguise. Who knows? But I think we did really well to avoid defeat against Benfica. Bratislava are up next. It's at home, and we really should be getting a result here. Although they did win their first game, and they beat Olympiacos by 4-1. Now, fortunately, the past couple of games have seen some injuries. Sebastian Hausner is out with a wrist injury, so he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. Augustinson's also out for a week or so with an ankle injury. Eric Andre went off injured in one of the league matches, so he's not quite fit to return. There's also, you know, an element of tiredness for some players. Zagalar is one of those, Diagna as well. Okay, this is the team we've gone with. Dahlberg in goal, Van Hoof, Bungsbo, Nissen, Sourdough go the back 4, Yusuf behind Hagen. I think we're going to take a bit of a risk. We're going to go for the fitness, the freshness of Dominic. We should be favourites for this one. Hopefully we can get it. We've got the 4-2-4 set up. They're playing 4-4-2 it seems. Let's see how the game goes. We did well to avoid defeat against Benfica, so hopefully this one will be 3 points on the board. Here's Bo Van Hoof getting a slot in at left back today. Berg has set up Mathieu, and Mathieu's going to put this in. Surely, no, he can't. It's defended, but it was a good chance though. Here comes Yusuf, the defensive midfielder, coming forward, looking for Mathieu, but doesn't quite find him. And here's Jambor. Sourdough has been beaten there, and here's Griga on the left-hand side. He sends through Green. And Jumbo looking for their header, and it's off the bar, and a chance goes the way of the Slovaks. Could have gone for the switch there, but it's gone back to Bungsbo. Now here comes Sourdough, who's not been in good form, but I say lack of fitness to other players and Housen injured means that he plays. We don't win the ball in the air there, and it's cleared by O'Shaughnessy, but back in by Mikado. Here's Domenic. It's a big challenge for him, but he set up Elias Hagen there, and it's 1-0 to Goteborg with 17 minutes on the clock, and Domenic, in his first real challenge for us, gets the assist. That's good. Mikado did well to, keep the attack in place. Domenic with a great cross with the left foot. Hagen gets to the ball first with the header, and we get the first goal in the game. It's fair to say we have been pretty dominant in this game. Bratislava have had a chance, but we are dominating the ball. We are passing well. We're getting, good shots on target. So this is looking like a pretty routine performance as long as we can keep it up. But O'Shaughnessy wins the ball in the air there. And here's Green, and he's found Jambor. And Dahlberg's come out for it and hasn't got to it, but the ball was thankfully landed on the roof of the net. Dahlberg made the commitment there, and he didn't quite get to it. 5 minutes to go in the first half. We are in control. We're keeping the ball really well. And we've yet to see a shot on target from Slovan Bratislava, but they have threatened a couple of times. We just need to stay on them. Another goal would be really beneficial. We're lacking in fitness at the back a bit there. Sourdough and Nissen tired. Van Hoof as well. So it looks like we might need to make some changes in the back, which we'll do. We're going to take off Sourdough and we're going to bring on Walter Cáceres. Actually, no, we're going to bring on Lysenko. Cáceres is aggressive. I don't want that. Bungsbo's going to come off for Barbas because he's on the yellow and he's tired. So a double change in that back line. And here's Mercado looking for De La Cruz, but Luptak predicts it, sees it coming. Now here come the visitors. Denore on the ball, taking it out to the left flank and then goes back to Voe. Just looking for that opening. And here's Green. And this might be that opening. It's Hong. And it's in. It's the goal. Suk Yu Hong has, maybe saved a point for Bratislava there. And we've been punished because we just have not finished them off. We've got the one goal. We've dominated the game. And we haven't killed it off. We really haven't. 4 minutes of injury time. 2 draws is not really how I envisioned this going. I thought we'd lose to Benfica. We really should be winning this game. That is not a good result. We were on top in that game. They score with their only shot on target. That's disappointing. Looking at the possession, the passing, the XG, we really should have done better than we did. So we've let ourselves down there. We really have. Hagen got the goal. Yusuf had a good defensive performance. Nissen was decent at the back. Bungsbo played well as well. Maybe he shouldn't have come off, but tiredness. And he was on a yellow. We are unbeaten after 2 games, but 2 draws, not really what I wanted. AZ and Rennes against which I think we can win, but they're away from home. That makes them considerably tougher. And our last 2 games were against Juventus and Real Madrid, and we'll be, very, very lucky if we get anything from those 2 games. Slovan Bratislava at home was the easiest game that we had, and we haven't won it. So that's no good. But we might be lucky, we were very good to get a draw in Portugal against Benfica. That's a hell of a result. So maybe we'll upset someone. Maybe we'll get a couple of wins. Who knows? It's going to be very, very tough, but we'll see what happens. We really can't do much worse than we did last year, surely. But we are looking at the end of the league season as well. We've got 4 games to go. We've got a very tall task. 5 games to go. 4 games to go, actually. And we're 5 points behind Malmö. So that's going to be a big, tall order. If we want to try and retain our title, it looks like we might not be winning the league this time round. And that might not be a bad thing. If we get 3rd, we won't be in Champions League football, but, there's a chance of us being in the Europa League. Maybe we'll fare a bit better in that. Might even go quite deep in it, get to the knockouts. That might be a good thing for us. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. But we'll play the final 2 league games next episode. Uster's away and then Djurgården's away from home. We'll do Kalmar and Landskrona, the 2 home games first. It's not been a great league season after the first couple. It really hasn't, because we lost once last year. We lost once the year before that. We lost 4 games this season already, which is mental. So hopefully we can end strongly in those last 4 games. Hope that Malmö drops some points and see how close we can get to them, see if we can catch them. So we'll do that next time. Last 2 games of the league season, and then after that, back to the Champions League. We've got Ajax off camera as well. Champions League game at home. Maybe we can do something there. We'll wait and see. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave comments and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on. Check out the second channel down below. Apologies, the first half of this video doesn't really have great sound. I think I deleted the audio file by mistake, so that was on me. But next time we'll round out the league season and try and catch Malmö, see if they drop any points and see how close we can get to them. We want that title, but you know, looks like we might come up short this year, which is a shame. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Hey Common, it's me. I've been thinking about you lately. I missed you. Call me back. I miss you. I'm a little tipsy. I think about you all the time. Call me back. comment. It's me. I've been thinking about you lately. I miss you. Call me back. I miss you. I'm a little tipsy. I think about you all the time. Call me back.